is Jen.
And this is Chris.
And this is Spellbound Adventures. Today we're going to discuss some of the things that you're going to want to bring into the park with you. We're not talking about the usual suspects like a change of clothes, though those can be very handy. We're talking about items that we discovered during our first few trips that were invaluable to us while being in the parks.
Don't worry, some of these items you can get in the park. In fact, some of these items you can actually only get in the park. And these will be the items that you're going to want to get first thing.
Typically, I like to bring two different types of bags with me. For our shorter trips and when we're going to be grabbing some merch.
You never know. You might need another wand or t-shirt for the collection.
Yeah, maybe. I have this larger backpack that I like to keep our cups, our ponchos, sunscreen, anything we might buy in the park in there.
You should know that if we're staying at an on-site hotel, what we will typically do, provided it's not our last day, is we will actually, when we purchase the item at the store, have it sent to our hotel. If you're staying at one of the premier hotels, they'll actually send it up to your room as opposed to having to collect it from the front desk. Otherwise, we can have it sent to the front of the park to pick up on our way out, but you have to kind of do that earlier in the morning. But if that's not an option, it's always good to have a backpack on you.
Yeah, definitely. For other days that I will only be bringing like something like a smaller bag, even the smaller bag comes in handy with being able to bring like hand wipes, hand sanitizer, and chapstick. Beyond that, get yourself a lanyard. Keep your tickets and your credit card in there, and you could potentially only need to carry that along with your phone if really not going to be picking up a lot of merch, or if you can just have that merch sent back to the room.
Yes, but you'll definitely want to have your phone on you because there's many places where if you want to get food, you're going to have to do mobile order.
Yep, and that is like super handy. So for the next thing on our list are the drinking cups. So we either can bring our awesome collapsible drinking cups that are easily stored in a small bag or in a large backpack, or we like to bring our freestyle cup. We'll go into another video in more detail about what the freestyle cups are, but for now, these are just really awesome collectible cups that you can purchase in the parks, and you can activate them for a predetermined number of days while you're going to be staying there.
Yes, absolutely. So the more days you purchase, the less per day the actual cost is. But you must save your receipt. I cannot stress this enough. I have seen people who spent a significant amount of money activating their cup for 6 or 7 days, dealing with a lot of heartache because the cup wasn't working. And it happens. I mean, it's technology. So when you first enter City Walk and you start going past the stores, you'll see a kiosk right there between the main Universal store and the Universal Legacy store. And we'll have another video coming out where we show you where all the freestyle locations are, but that's the first one where you can grab a cup. And I personally love collecting the cups, so I highly recommend that you get one. Now, they do have a cost associated with them, but it's important to know that water in the park is free. So if you have a collapsible cup, or you have a freestyle cup, or you have a water bottle you want to reuse, you can always just refill that for free at any of the freestyle machines. Yeah,
it's really convenient, and honestly, I love collecting the freestyle cups too. It's just honestly, it's a great way to remember your trip, and I actually use our freestyle cups a lot during the course of the week.
Yes, I find them all over the house. Next in the bag, get yourself some ponchos. There are 2 ways to get wet in the park, and the first, well, it's rain.
It's Florida, people. It rains. It rains a lot.
For sure. We have a few sets of ponchos because I'll usually either forget to pack them when I'm packing us up for our trip down, or we'll leave them in the hotel room. Now, most of the stores on site have ponchos ready for you to sell, but oh my gosh, do they charge an arm and a leg for them. Get yourself some on Amazon before you head down. Seriously. But if you do forget and you get caught in the rain unexpectedly, they're there to bail you out. Or, I don't know how many times we've had to hide out in Honeydukes or another store waiting for the rain to stop, but that's another option as well. What we have found is we can usually fit 3 nicely folded inside a single gallon freezer bag.
And we just pack it with us, and hopefully we remember to bring it into the park. So don't be like us. Remember your ponchos. Buy them once, pack them, bring them with you, and if you don't use them that day, no big deal. And if you do use them, dry them out in your hotel room, in the bathroom. It's not a big deal. And believe me, you'll save money and you'll thank us. Now, there are a number of rides where you're going to get wet on, and this is where the ponchos will come in handy.
Absolutely. The first one is River Adventure in Jurassic Park. You'll come out of the tail end of the ride, and there's a huge slide down and a big splash. Lots of fun, but you do get a little bit wet. The next one's Ripsaw Falls. That one is a little more dramatic with the water. And finally, there's Bilgewater Barge. Guys, there's no easy way to say this. You're going to get soaked. Honestly, what we've typically done is we've planned for that ride specifically. We'll wear our water shoes, which we'll talk about later, and our bathing suits, and we'll just go in and ride that ride because you get soaked. That's all there is to it. I mean, they have those life-size dryers, but I feel absolutely ridiculous standing inside one of those things.
Yeah, nor do they get you dry, really. So we presume that if you're already there at Universal Studios, Islands of Adventure, Volcano Bay, then most likely you're going to want to be going swimming either at the hotel or at Volcano Bay. So it's obvious to us that you're going to want water-compatible shoes and a bathing suit. What some people just don't realize is that they're good things to have if you're planning on doing any of those water rides. And as Chris was saying before, when we're going to do Bilgewater Barge, that is a hard word to say, people. It's hard. We will specifically wear those things so that we don't care if we're getting completely soaked, and we just have fun going over and over and over again on that ride. We enjoy it so much. I think we did it like 4 times in a row last time.
Yeah, for sure. So what will typically happen is we'll just pick a day, and that's the day we're going to do water rides, so we don't have to worry about getting completely soaked, because I promise you, there's nothing more unpleasant than walking around the park with soggy shoes and soggy socks. Like, I can take anything. Screaming children, shoulder-to-shoulder traffic. It's all fine, but once you get soggy socks and soggy shoes, oh, no. I just want to go home. I'm done. Chris out.
It's really a lot less stressful when you have a plan in place. So plan your day accordingly. Put your water rides on one day. But let's just be honest. We're in a park. And so if you're not doing a water day that day, you're going to be doing a ton of walking. And I know we're all on vacation. We're supposed to relax. But let's just be honest. Some of us, we get in there when they first open, you know, that early park admission, and then we literally will go all day long until it's like 6 o'clock at night, and we realize, like, we've done 20,000 steps for the day. But so, you know, while you're going on rides and you're obviously eating amazing food throughout the day, and then you're going to go back on more rides after that, you really need to make sure that while you're in the park, you're packing multiple pairs of sneakers. You want to at least bring 2 pairs of sneakers with you.
Absolutely. We found for even things like my personal favorite and my daughter's personal favorite is the Halloween Horror Nights later in the year. And it is easy to hit 56,000 steps. I had to go back and double check my numbers because that seemed insane, but you really are doing a tremendous amount of walking. And I don't know what the magic is about having 2 different pairs of shoes, even though mine are by the same brand. Switching them out makes a huge difference. Yes,
totally does. And honestly, it's the best thing you can do to make sure you're going to enjoy the next day when you're at the park, especially if you spent the whole day previous walking from early morning until late in the evening. You want to enjoy your vacation, not be in pain. So along with the other items that we mentioned here previously, there are some handy items you might want to put in your bag or on your person before heading into the park for the day. Sometimes not having those items can turn a fun day into a miserable day before you even know it.
So we like to bring some of these following items with us for sure. Sunglasses. I mean, it's Florida. Yes. The sun is bright. For those of us that live in the South, we're kind of used to it, but we both were from Connecticut originally, and it's a world of difference. So please, pack yourself some sunglasses, save yourself the headache. Now I get migraines, so we always have, you know, either acetaminophen or Tylenol on us, but it's definitely one of those things that you're going to want to pack. The food, oh my goodness, the food.
So good, so good.
Yes, it is, but that means you also need antacid tablets with you.
Plan accordingly, people.
Absolutely. Then the usual suspects, hand wipes, hand sanitizer. Now, don't worry if you don't have a lot of hand sanitizer on you. Since COVID, Universal Studios went over the top with hand sanitizer machines. They're almost everywhere. But people like me who are a little high maintenance and a little neurotic, I prefer to have my own on me. The other things, English language. It's such a wonderful thing, but it's so difficult sometimes. So, small handheld or around the neck personal fan, gallon Ziploc bags for those items you may get wet. Remember how we talked about those ponchos earlier? And a hat. Definitely have a hat. Now, I personally have my Slytherin hats that I wear. Rock the Slytherin life.
I'm a Hufflepuff.
But one of the other things you're definitely going to want to bring with you is...
Patience, people. You need your patience. You need patience and you need grace. And this is why. You're going to be in a park that's really busy. Now, if you don't want to be there when it's really busy, you can go and check out Orlando Informer, and you can check out crowd levels like months in advance. So if you're booking your vacation or trying to plan it out, and you don't want to be with a ton of people, then try to make those arrangements happen that way. Make sure you're looking at crowd levels. So, but if you can only go basically when everybody else is going to be there, school vacations, Christmas, Thanksgiving, 3-day weekends, that kind of deal, when Monday's a federal holiday, you have to anticipate it's going to be busy. So they'll be waiting in line. Even if you have express passes, there'll still be some waiting in line. And you just need to have patience for the people around you. Everybody's there to have a good time. So when you aren't patient and you don't have grace for those people, really, it just affects you and it affects the people that you're with. So please, just be patient.
Now, a little tip, and we're going to be talking about this in greater detail later. If you absolutely would like to be in the park when it's almost completely dead...
Yes, yes.
Yes. Several times a year, Orlando Informer has a special meetup event. Now, tickets are not cheap, but most of the rides, with the exception of Velocicoaster and Hagrid's Magical Creature Adventure, are almost always walk-on.
It's awesome.
Even during early park admission, you'll always see some of the rides, they'll say 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. When you're at the Orlando Informer event, you'll see something you'd never see any other time. Ride now.
It's awesome. And even with Velocicoaster or Hagrid's, the wait time is like nothing. We're talking like 15, 20 minutes sometimes. That's insane.
As opposed to like 135 for Hagrid's during most days.
Oh my gosh, yes. So if you get a chance, definitely check out Orlando Informer. Check out those special nights. We did it. It was amazing. It was money well spent, and we look forward to doing it again, hopefully this upcoming June.
Absolutely. So I hope we gave you some good tips as a place to start. Now we encourage you to like, subscribe, and comment down below on what types of videos you'd like to see in the future.
Yeah. Would you like to see more videos on advice on where to start planning your vacation, or what items you may need to bring?
Or maybe some more special tips once you're there.
Yeah. But in the meantime, this is Jen.
This is Chris.
And this is Spellbound Adventures. Stay healthy, be blessed, and we'll see you at the parks.
Bye.
Bye.